guys? Welcome to another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your girl, Royal Bose. And as always, you are seen here, you are appreciated here, and most definitely, you are loved here. We are back with another fantastic episode because I have another amazing guest. And I know I say that all the time, but I love every last one of my guests for so many different reasons, simply because I normally pray about who to bring on and God directs people to me. So when they say yes, I be overjoyed and it just gives me even more encouragement and motivation. So I have this guest today who I have been watching on social media for so long. I got off social media as soon as I got back on. She popped up. I had to add her as a friend. And now I have the privilege of having her on the Middle Child Podcast. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Miss Christine Law. How are you?
I'm great, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out here in Africa. I live so far. I tell people, I'll be like, hey, they be like, where your studio at? I'll be like, just take out the address, just Google it.
Happy to
But how are you today?
I am blessed, and I just, like I said, I'm appreciative to be here because anytime someone shares their platform with me, I'm honored. Because it just says that I feel like I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
Okay?
And you are. I've been watching you for like so many years. Even like when I seen you at an event like a couple weeks ago, I was so nervous to approach you. That's why I was like at the very end. I was like, hey, are you ready? I was like, I hope she remember who I am.
Absolutely.
But yes, you just have so much. Your personality just speaks volumes. And so it was just a pleasure to have you say yes. So we got to go ahead and get into it. If you could describe your life in one word right now, what would it be?
I would say resilience.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Sure, resilience.
Why is that? Or could you give us some insight?
I would say because by no means has this like season of my life, it has not been easy. Mm-hmm. My husband and I in 22 opened a gym. He already had a shop, and he's had his business for years, but he had partnered with me and sewn into me in a way that, man, when I talk about an amazing husband, amazing, like just has my back, and it's vice versa. But to know that this is my dream and vision when it comes to health, wellness, and fitness, and to open the gym together, it was just a beautiful moment. But fast forward to, I would say last year, we decided to relocate, and in that relocating process, behind the scenes, people don't understand what that looks like. Right. So it's just the things you might see people post online. That's one thing. But what it takes to really get a business up and running, to relocate, to sustain, hardships, it's a lot. So when I tell you trying to maintain a marriage, being a mom, a caregiver, and then still doing things in the community, and staying above water. It's been a lot. So resilience, it says it all, because every day you have a choice. Yeah. And that could be to give up and say, you know what, I'm done. Or you get up and you dust yourself off and you're like, you know what, it's another day to get out here and get it. Yeah. So, and I just, since a child, I've been like that. But I feel like even now, when I tell you this faith walk has been it's been real deal. We just having to stay in God's face, because every day is something that can be challenging. Yes. So I just thank God we're still here and pushing forward.
I think one thing that I have admired about you, even from seeing the gym up until now and before then, is just your transparency. Like you said, you don't just get on social media and you show us the highs. This would be like, sometimes you just be like, look, today, today is today. And so I just think like that's amazing. Have you just always been transparent like that, or did it something you had to like grow into?
No, I feel like, honestly, because things have been such a challenging childhood and growing up, that I believe the transparency is what really helps other people. Yeah. And the transparency is not like a for me thing, because I know there's so many people that can relate, and when you think about what you got going on, sometimes it's easy to fall into a pity party. Yeah. But then like when you put that out there, how also healing and empowering it is, because then you see other people like, girl, I feel you. Yeah. Or the inboxes I get where they're like, you know what, the message today that inspired me,
Yeah.
or you helped me to keep going because I can relate. That right there is it for me, because I know that word and that transparency is helping someone else.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
That's why they say
good.
like your testimony is, it's not just for you, it's for somebody else.
That's
Like
right.
it's time for you to walk in your purpose because somebody else needs, they need you.
Absolutely.
So that
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Okay. So if I recall correctly, I think like years ago, you donated a certain
A kidney.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
How did that even come about?
And this is when, I love that you asked that, because, sometimes when people give a testimony or something, this is how you know when it's of God.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sound real.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's something that you would be like, only in the movies.
Yeah.
And so that's when, when it's a God thing, it's something that's outside of your understanding.
Yes.
It's outside of what you could believe would happen. So in real life, I was able to do this, but it was because of God. So to back up some from that, like you said, how? To me, I even had to ask how, because it's like I didn't think I'd be able to be in the position to do it, because my backstory and testimony, although I don't put myself in a box about this part of my life, but I had challenges with alcohol abuse. And with that, and like we talking over 10 years of it. So then to get to a place where I'm on social media, and that's really how this comes about. I'm on social media and I see, now I'm not saying like best friends, and we were just friends and knew each other from church.
Yeah.
And with that, I saw Jerome, his name, he had a poster saying, I am praying and believing for a kidney donor. And I saw the post, and when I say it jumped out at me, and God spoke to me, and this is where people be like, no. But I'm like, yes. God spoke to me and was like, you're his donor. And it was a voice. And I just paused for a moment, like, and it wasn't no, you got to be kidding me. It was right. I took a moment.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm going to pray about it. And I prayed about it. And I'm telling you, the next day, I reached out to him. I had reached out and I told him, I said, I want to go through it trying to help you. And he was like, don't lie to me. Don't you be kidding, And I was like, no, seriously, I want to go through this and see, where it goes, because we had to do a lot of testing and all of that. So we scheduled the appointment. We got this done at UAB. We did all of the testing, and it's extensive testing. It's top to bottom blood work. It's all kind of work that has to get done, scans, everything, even down to like making sure like that we're a match. So when I say, even with my history, and I told you about alcohol abuse and stuff like that, everything came back like perfect practically.
Yeah.
All my numbers were great. My lab results came back excellent. And then we were a match.
That's a blessing.
So we were able to go through with the procedure, and do it. And I say, man, it should have been me. And when I see him, it was like, I should have been the one asking for help or needing an organ because of how bad I took my body down through there.
Yeah.
So with our story, I truly believe it's showing the world that you can be renewed, restored, and healed.
Oh, that's good.
And be used to bless someone else. Just when you thought that you couldn't be used or you were no good, God shows you that I can still use you. And that's exactly what I feel like is the power in that testimony.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
Yeah.
That is good. At that point, I'm curious. So at that point, were you on a stronger faith walk? Because, like when you heard the voice and you was just like,
oh,
okay,
yeah,
let me pray about it. Or was it one of those,
Yeah, I definitely had to pray about it, because I already was on my own journey when it came to what's my purpose out here? Like, God, how can I be used? I failed so many times. You look at yourself, and because of things that can happen in your life, you can be like, God, not me.
Yeah.
And you're like, not me, or I can't be used. I can't be the one. And then sure enough, God is like, you're exactly the one.
Yes.
And then so with the story, it could be so profound that people will be like, nah, this is something you'd only read about or something you only see in a fictional movie. And it's like, no, this is real life. God used me.
Yeah.
And then it feels good because the people I grew up with or I was in the army with, or even during my modeling days where people knew that I was in a low place and they were able to witness the transformation and the turnaround in my life.
Yeah.
Till this day, people be like, girl, I'll just be blown away by that because it happened, you know, and it feels so good to know, my God, that I can be used. I can be a light out here. And the importance of when you have a turnaround in your life, or like you say, like a testimony, it's not just for you.
Yeah.
And it could be so selfish when God does such an amazing work in your life and you don't share.
Come on.
So it can't be a thing where God moves so amazingly in your life and you keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You got to show others, how did you do it? You know, because it's one thing when I don't like when, say, we can identify a problem, right? We got to be solution based.
Yes.
So I don't want to put something out there like, oh yeah, I overcame alcoholism.
And just leave it there.
And then that's that. You like, everybody like, okay, how? Like, are you going to help someone else? Or do you just say, I did it?
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes, it ain't a knock to nobody, but we got to get out of I prayed about it. I just prayed.
Yeah.
You didn't just pray.
You cried.
It was a fight.
Yes.
And a lot of times people don't understand that faith walk, you're warring.
Yes.
So it's not just, oh yeah, I prayed. No, I did not just pray.
Yeah.
I had to pray. I had to fast. I had to get rid of some folks. I had to check myself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we look at it like it's always somebody else. It's an internal work that has to take place.
Yes.
And it's not pretty.
Yes.
And when you have to uproot some stuff and pluck and heal, that healing process
It's treacherous.
It's snot bubble ugly. You be
Man.
like, you just, girl, it took me down through there, but I got through it.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm currently in that season to a certain extent where it starts with being transparent with self.
Yeah.
And you can be transparent with yourself so much, but it's not until you actually, like you said, get into pretty much that war of going back and forth. Like I remember, like I think a few days ago, I was in my bed and I was just crying. And that was a thought that was going through my head. I was like, we got to get through this war or else you get caught in this cycle of I want new, you start doing new, and then you get caught back up in it. And then I want new, you start new, instead of actually, like you said, going to battle with self.
Right.
Because that's basically what it is. You can point fingers all day, but it's, you got to look at yourself sometimes.
And that accountability, because sometimes, and we just got to be real, everything's not the enemy.
Yeah.
Some things are self-inflicted.
Yes.
You know, and we could take ourselves down through there and then we say we being tested and we under attack. No, honey, you made a poor choice. Yes. You know, and that's not all the time, but that accountability, we lose accountability when we try to put everything on Satan or we try to put everything on the world. There are some choices we make too, and we have to be able to say, okay, did I do this?
Yes.
You know, because when you lack accountability, that's a dangerous place to be, because then we take on this victim mindset and everything is someone else's fault.
Yeah.
And then there's no real internal work happening. And I had to be able to say, I didn't make the best choices at time, along with there were things that were out of my control. But you got to know the difference of what is what.
Right.
You know, so yeah.
So where in your life, if you don't mind me asking, was like that turning point for you to be like, you know what, I'm tired of this. Let's just do whatever it is we need to do to get on the other side of it?
Well, one, I had my daughter, you know, and then having her and also my mom moving from New York and moving in with me, it was eye-opening to know where you got to dig deeper than even just self.
Yeah.
Like, because when you're even like, okay, if not for me, it got to be for them because they need me.
Yeah.
And I feel like that right there, it was the life-saving moment to understand somebody, and for me, it was people, like, needed me. So if it wasn't for me, it had to be, okay, can you at least have enough fight in you for them? So really, that was it. Like, having my daughter, it made me it was a hard reality check to say, you got to get it together for your child.
Yeah.
And then my mom moving down here with me, it was like, okay, I have something to fight for. And sometimes that's it. People feel like they don't have anything or anyone to fight for.
Yes.
But that was that saving and changing moment for me was my own family to fight for them.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. And how was, I guess, the support system during that time? Because, you have so many people who say, I didn't have a support system, or you have some that have a support system and it's just like they're not supportive of the change. So how was your support system during that time?
So this is what I feel like is a beautiful thing. God provides. And we have to be careful with sometimes, okay, without being long-winded, I'm going to try to, because I love that you asked that question. So say if you don't have family, right? Mm-hmm. And in my case, being from up north and not having family in the South, guess what happens? God provides. The very thing I felt like I didn't have, I started to be surrounded by people who were just like family. But you have to open your eyes enough to say, okay, do I really not have? Or is there, when you look and it's like, okay, you find these little nuggets or these little moments where, you know what, that was a blessing, or that person was placed in my life. So just the same as I did have to get rid of my surround, I had to change some things. So I had to change my environment, because if I was like, okay, I can't be out here drinking the way I am or surrounding myself with certain things, when that got removed, other people were put in place to pour into me, to sow into me, to actually show me, hey, I'm going to help you. Because it took strangers to help that were not blood, and to say, I see something in you. And with that, I have to say, no, people were placed in my life who were like pulling me up. Yeah. So I'm not going to say I did it by myself, because I didn't. And I feel like even when you could probably feel like you're just so alone, when you really take time to reflect, it's like, wait a minute. I forgot that person was there to, might have just dropped an encouraging word, or to invite me to a service, or to say, hey, come with me to, it could have been a positive gathering. And then when you start looking at the moments, it's like counting the small blessings. But sometimes we get so in that pity party, you don't even realize the beautiful, even if it's these little sprinkle of these in a dark moment, it's like the sugar that you was able to see, like in the salt, like, oh my God, I actually did have some very sweet moments. And that's what changed my life. And it helped to save my life because people were placed there. I didn't do it by myself.
That's what I tell people. Transparency births provision. Yeah. Once you get to that point of being transparent with self, your eyes are now open to the provision that's been there, or is able to come and help you out. Yeah. And so it's just amazing that you say that, because it does. It's just proof that your transparency births the thing that you're really longing for. Nice. Okay. So we're going to take a quick shift, because to me, you are absolutely hilarious. Have you ever thought of being a stand-up comedian?
No.
Really? It's just, I be watching you on social media and I be like, oh my God, she had to have been a comedian in her past life. Your personality has always been like this?
You know what I'm going to tell you? Let me tell you the real. Grow up in the projects and get cracked on enough. You're going to learn how to crack jokes. Yeah. You're going to learn how to have some comebacks and go to school and get cracked on. And, okay, you got to learn to come with it. So I just feel like, it's so funny in times where someone else may look at it like, man, how did you get through that? Yeah. Laughter. And we would laugh together. We would crack jokes. I swore I was a rapper when I was little. So like me and my friends, we would be like freestyling. Yeah. I was trash.
You sound like my sister, because she be trying.
Oh, I just knew I could rap. And it's just so funny, because I look at those times. It's like, you know what? I had some amazing times like with friends, and how we would laugh through things, joke, and just get together and just cut up. So I feel like when they say how like laughter, like it's good for the soul and it's medicine, that's why I do it. Because people don't realize, like I talk about behind the scenes, real life can be so heavy that it feels good just to jump on there and cut up a little bit and just laugh. Because when you, cut the cameras off and you're not doing that short clip, I could be dealing with something so heavy at home, but it's like, you know what? I'm going to be stupid for a second. We going to laugh, because what just happened? So it's like, it just feels good to laugh.
That's nice. And you're from, you said New York?
I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York, okay? Because they be trying to clown me, saying, when I say Poughkeepsie, New York, they be like, you ain't from New York. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Where is that on the...
Let me tell you. So, Okay, so there's New York City. I mean, you could take the train to Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
And it's like about a 45-minute ride north. We ain't way in the boonies.
Yeah.
They be trying to clown on us, but no, it still is like, to me, okay, to give someone an idea, Poughkeepsie, New York reminds me of like the South Side. Okay. So it still is like, you got your little mixture because of UAB and like how it's like you got different cultures that's like right there because everybody that goes to the school. So South Side reminds me of Poughkeepsie, New York. Okay. And then like the downtown area.
Okay.
So it ain't just like
Some
cows and just country live. It's like, it still is a little city life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So curious because a lot of New Yorkers, they're very entrepreneur mind frame. Has that always been in you, or is that something that just came about?
Oh yeah, it's always been there. And what I can appreciate though, I feel like it's given me that tenacity and that drive. Yeah. Like when things get hard, I don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
I don't know how to quit. We know how to pivot. So even like when there's a need, we're gonna find a way. And unfortunately, sometimes people, if you're growing up in it and it's hard, some people find ways that it may not be legal,
right?
But the drive that it gives you, I'm just saying it's a hustler's mentality. So it is like, I've been able to have that mentality, like I'm gonna find a way. Mm-hmm. So I never been a stranger to hard work, even as a young lady, and just being real, women, not all, because y'all ain't about to drag me, but I'm just saying, you gotta just look out there in society as a attractive woman. It's easy just to go out here and you can choose all things from exotic dancing to being out here being OnlyFans, whatever, milking a man, getting a little sugar daddy, But for me, I never minded hard work. Mm-hmm. I've always had a job, and I mean, and the truth is, it's like, I would work hard before I would rather have a man just shower me with my, like, I want to get my own. Yeah. And that way, if I marry, that's a bonus. Yeah. Like with my husband now, I thank God for him, but that hard work mentality's in me, so it's like us being together now is just a force together. Yeah. Because us joining together and now my work ethic and him being able to say, hey, I've been in business for years. You put that together, and I just feel like we have like a very bright future with the things that's to come. Mm-hmm. So it feels good to know quitting is not an option for me. Yeah. I'm going to find like, okay, what's plan B? Oh, B didn't work. We'll C. We're going down the alphabet. Yeah. I'm going to pivot.
Yes. Yeah. That's me. I had to get into that mind frame though. I was very scared to take risk. Yeah. Risk taking was hard for me at one point. So I just applaud people who just have always had that drive, because it's just like, whoo, baby, y'all bless it. Yeah. Okay, so back to being the owner of a gym. And you mentioned the Army. Mm-hmm. How did you always stay fit during the journey, or did you just kind of work your way back into fitness? Because I know for me, I've been working out for 3 years, and I feel like I stop every 6 months.
Yes. I can't say. I've always pretty much been fit and like having that athletic mindset. I also did sports in high school. Mm-hmm. So up north, because I know in the South, y'all gonna be like, what? So I was on the crew team, and that's actually, I grew up by the Hudson River. So a major sport up north is called crew. So that's being in the rowboats. So like you're rowing. So I rowed, it used to be 8 of us in a boat, or I rowed with like 4 in a boat. Mm-hmm. And with that, I'm talking about that's full body. Like we could hang with football players the way we was working out. Like it was full body, going into the military, of course, having to be active. So outside of that, then modeling, it was like I had to keep my body right, because I mean, obviously, but it just was something I always was conscious to. Mm-hmm. And not gonna lie, it'd be that vanity, like, little vain, like, look, I gotta look good. Yeah. With nothing on. Okay, I'm gonna keep it clean. But for real, it was just like, no, I wanna look good and feel good. Mm-hmm. So I did always remain conscious of that. Yeah. And then having the gym though, I just wanted to take things to the next level, because going back to overcoming like, alcohol abuse and stuff like that, I lost my dad he had complications with diabetes. My mom having issues with high blood pressure. She had a couple strokes, and now I'm her caregiver. Yeah. For that, I was like, nah, we got to equip our people with being healthy and preventing them from getting to those points, So I was like, we got to save our people out here.
Yes.
You know, so that's why I decided to go that route with opening a gym.
That's nice. And I thank you because, and then with your personality and everything else, it just keeps everything going. All right. If you could go back and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
I would say don't be so hard on myself. Like I had to give myself some more grace because also it comes with, like you said, the entrepreneur mindset or how I'm like, oh, I don't give up. I'm not a quitter. I also can say I'm real hard and critical on myself too. So it's kind of like, man, while everybody could be singing my praises about, girl, great job. I'm like, you could have did that a little better. So what it could rob you of is the joy in a moment too.
Yeah.
So you got to be so careful with that because it's almost like you have this perfectionist mindset. So to me, it's telling my younger self, like, girl, give yourself some grace while you pursue the things that you do. And you are knocking it out the park. So celebrate the small wins, you know? So I would definitely say that. Yeah. I need to tell myself that right now. Girl, huh? Like, I got to tell myself that now. Like, girl, chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some ways that you celebrate your small wins when you actually do it?
Okay, I would say because I'm being more conscious of that, it is like just being able to take the moment and be like, girl, you did that.
Yeah.
You know, and actually celebrating it. So like me and a couple girlfriends, I'm be like, girl, I just did XYZ. Like, okay, it might be getting a new certification. We're actually going to go out to dinner and we're going to celebrate it, you know? So, and I feel good too that I actually got girlfriends around me who celebrate my wins like it's their win.
Yes.
And we do the same with each other. So it's like, if we accomplish something, take the moment to celebrate it. So that's what I do. You know, it's actually making it a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's helpful, especially like you said, having people around you that can celebrate it like
That's
yourself.
right. Yeah.
Because you have the wrong people around you, then you just feel bad in celebrating
Exactly.
your highs.
Yeah.
And so, okay, all right. I cannot have a middle child podcast. I almost forgot which child I was. I was like, am I the middle, the oldest, the youngest? I can't have a middle child podcast without asking, are you the middle child?
No, not really. Like, and what's funny is though, like I come from a blended family, but because there were such age gaps, it really is like, that's crazy because it's just so many different dynamics to it. But within the house I grew up, it really was like growing up like biologically it's me and my younger brother. So it was really more like I was like an older sister. But when a blended family, there's many more, but we didn't grow up in the same household. So I can't relate to that. So it really felt more like an older sister.
Okay.
So I can't say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Most of my guests are the older siblings.
Yeah.
I was like, geez. I probably have only had 2 middle children on the show.
Okay.
And you've met both of my siblings. I don't know if it makes sense or not.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think another thing that I have noticed is you said modeling, but I've seen you in a lot of hosting limelights. How did you get in that field?
I think it stemmed from modeling. So it was like doing it and just being out within the industry and meeting so many people that just starting to get asked to do it. And I used to do a lot of stuff with, shout out to my boy Rico and my girl Aquila. So with I Push Magazine. So getting into like doing stuff with them, it pushed me into a position of hosting.
Yeah.
Because we would do stuff like editing articles to hosting events and stuff. And then it's like, hey, you want to actually host, like doing red carpets and hosting. And I was like, yes. And I'm saying yes, but when I say every cell in my body, I was so nervous, but I did it. And so it felt good. And then from there, it just branched into other opportunities. Yeah. So.
You do it so well.
Thank you.
Because I ain't gonna lie, the event I was at, I was like, oh yeah, she got a tough crowd.
I was like, oh my God.
But you just kept coming and then eventually they broke. But I was like, oh yeah, she good.
I was sweating bullets. But yeah. So you felt, and that can happen. And I'm telling you, and a host can make or break an event because if you got a tough crowd and you succumb to that pressure, oh, it's a wrap. You might as well just close the curtain, baby.
Yeah.
But they was, they warmed up.
Yeah.
So
do you have to zone out in those moments? Like, how does it?
I'm gonna tell you how you was like, you just be so. I just gotta just be my natural crazy self.
Yeah.
And I just be up there laughing at myself because when it gets like that, I just have to do me and just know, okay, this is what I got booked for, and I'm just gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, the pressure is on, and from that, how can I say it? From that stance, and you being able to see the entire room, you see every expression. You can see when they stone cold facing you, or you can see when they cracking up. Yeah, you see it all. Yeah. So that can play on your mental. But I'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to zone out and make the best of it.
Yeah.
So when you just have the mentality like, I'm just going to make the best of it, I can't worry about what that looks like.
That's good. Yeah. Ooh, that'll preach. That's just in life in general.
Yeah.
You
Seriously.
just make the best of the situation and just know that it's going to work out.
Yeah.
Woo, girl.
Yeah. I had to make that lemonade child, because I was like, they had the lemons that was ready.
I was like, oh Lord. I was even trying to smile more. I was like, look, because they working you.
Yeah.
But you did absolutely amazing. And it just watching you, it gave me, I think, a different perspective, not just on hosting events, but just like the podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's sometimes like my guests come in and I can just see, I'll be like, all right, now we got to pull.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fun once you get like, people comfortable or they break, but it's just
getting there.
Yes. It helped. I was like, okay. When they finally broke, I was like, whoo. I was like, I was relieved for you. I was like, here we go.
I was like, I done earned every cent. Y'all made me earn every penny.
Oh, it was so good, though. It was so good. And it also reminds me of, I think, modeling, because when I used to model, thank God I don't anymore, when I walk runways, I zone out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I literally have to. People are like, oh, did you see me? No. I seen that bright light at the end of that runway. And it's just, it's amazing. But I think you can take that on in life. Which is sometimes you just got to zone out and just deal with the situation and know that it's going to work out. So it's just amazing how sitting here talking to you, everything has literally worked out. Like, your life is a testimony within itself from the beginning until now. And so I'm just curious, how do you foresee yourself going from here?
Big. Okay, let me pop my collar. I do.
That's good. That's good.
Like, I believe in myself that much.
Yes.
It's the God that I believe in, that I know, like, it's already been revealed to me.
Yeah.
And that I stand on it, and I'm confident in that. Like, this is just like, I'm passing through. And that's why I say I'm honored. So when you say, hey, I would love to speak with you and have you on my podcast, I'm like, I always tell people I am honored. I'm honored because I know I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
And I know that, to me, I look at like, see at the top, because I also feel like this isn't our last.
Yeah.
And when people I look at divine connections, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to see you again.
Yeah.
And we're going to celebrate, and it's going to be different platforms. So for that opportunity, it just gives me the glimpse, like, girl, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going, because this for me is my confirmation. This lets me know people see something in you.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep going, honey. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah. And then it's just, your spirit is just so warming and welcoming. And it's just, your humility is,
thank you.
It's breathtaking. Like, it's just, it really is. Like, I talk to people and I just be like, I don't see how their voice is just like that calm. And they just so, because I'd be like, but it is like, your spirit is just so welcoming. And so, again, I have to go back to the event. I think that was the first time I think I was like just close to you. I've always seen you out, but it was just, even your presence is just so warming. And so, you are definitely on the right track.
I appreciate that. I received that.
You are definitely on the right track. All right. So we're working on the gym right now. So where are you hosting like some classes and stuff right now, in case, I got to get my people there?
Look, well, right now I'm actually at the Y.
Okay.
And even in that, it's a faith walk with that. Because let's be honest, when you go from having your own and then you're like, hey, I got to get back somewhere because this is still at the end of the day my purpose, my calling. I knew I couldn't just be still while we're in our transition and renovating. I still wanted to be able to work with people. So I got a job.
Yeah.
And that speaks to entrepreneurs too. I'm not going to sit here and just let it look a certain way. And I openly posted, I was like, guess what, y'all? I'm at the Y.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a part of showing people the journey. And I'm appreciative of that journey because it was absolutely humbling have to go back into someone's establishment and be like, hey, here's my application.
Ooh, yes.
But guess what? I told you too, I'm not a stranger to hard work. I have no problem clocking in if I got to. And I'll do that because I know when we open back up, it's going to be even better than what it was before.
Absolutely.
And I feel like for people to see that journey, that's also speaking to someone else's faith. Like, hey, it could be a process. Don't give up. You pivot.
Yeah.
And it's also not a period in your life. It's a comma. And I learned that in my momentum class. Shout out to momentum. Okay. For that, because the truth is all of these moments in your life, you can either say that is the period or do you keep going?
Yes.
So the YMCA, I thank God for them because it's an opportunity, but guess what? There's more to come even after that.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at right now. I'm at the Y, but that's not the end.
Yeah. And like you said, it's powerful because people are going to see that. They're going to be like, okay, she had her gym. She had to go back and work, but then look where it came from it. Instead of just showing, I had my gym, I disappeared.
There's a gap.
And then I got...
Like, what happened to her?
What happened to the gap?
Yeah.
That's why on job applications, they be like, so why is there this 7-year gap here? What were you doing?
Yeah.
And you still have to show that or explain that. And
That's
it's just... Christine, you are talking today.
Yeah, and I mean, and I got kids. I got a family.
Yes.
And even though I have a husband who was an amazing provider, I can't sit still.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm going to help me. Okay, so for me, it's like, I know I got to go out and get it.
Right.
And if I'm not walking in my purpose, which is helping people with their health and wellness, I feel like I'm doing God a disservice. Like, girl, you got too much in you to be sitting at the house.
Yes.
So
that is absolutely correct. I am breathtaking right now. Okay. It's so many ways I want to go with this conversation. You just keep giving me knowledge after knowledge after. It's like my little brain, like, okay, remember she said that, she said this, she said, okay. I have to hit on a little bit of, if you don't mind, like your relationship with your husband, even like meeting him, getting to the point of meeting somebody that can match your energy. Cause like you said, being an entrepreneur, I feel like for me, it's sometimes hard because I'm so hyper independent. And so how was that moment finding somebody that you were equally yoked with that had the same vision as you?
Yeah, it was not easy. I'm not gonna, and I feel like that's the point of transparency. When you go from being so independent and then you got somebody who is willing to lead you, and it's not a knock to no previous relationship. I had some true internal work to do. This is something I can admit with some past relationships. I was the problem because I was so independent.
Yeah.
And because of also trauma and all these things that I had to be so strong, I couldn't let a man lead me.
Right.
So now I get to a place where I got a man who he stepped up and he's ready to pour into me and to lead me. It took still some breaking that had to take place in me because I was still butting heads.
Yeah.
I'm still like, but I can do this. And he's like, but you don't have to. And I'm just like, So, I had to literally open my hands and let go.
Yeah. And
let go of some of that control or feeling like I had to do it all. And it's like God telling you, like, girl, I put this man in your life.
Right.
So that still takes for you to slow down. And in my prayer time, God going to deal with you.
Yeah.
And so he was showing me. And that's a prayer. That's a hard prayer, is to say, God, show me. And I had to be able to see some areas I still needed to work on. So with my husband, it's like I finally have like my person where it takes work daily. And that means for us, hear each other. You got to communicate. It's not a tug of war. It's not a power struggle. You're on the same team.
Right.
And so with that, it's being able to say, okay, what are we going to do together? And how can we help each other, and not what can you do for me
right.
all the time?
Yeah.
It's a acts of service constantly for one another. So with that, it just feels like I'm finally in a place where I can say I got my teammate, you know, and with that, that's where I know we're building some great things together personally as a family and then with business. So with that, it's just, it took a lot of healing because I came from some pain and some trauma, and a patient man.
Yes.
My husband is patient with me still. And so those are things that have nothing to do with me, but the spouse that I have.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It took his patience.
Come on.
Hold up. It took his patience.
Yeah.
And that speaks a lot for the other person.
Yeah.
When they're willing to work with you. See, we're in a society today where people are ready to throw their hands. They're ready to wash their hands. They're ready to get divorced because one hiccup.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie to you if I'm not going to act like in the beginning that I was acting like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this ain't going right. Maybe we ain't for each other.
Yeah.
And he's like, slow down.
Yeah. That's sometimes what you need. Girl, sit down.
Yeah. And that's what, honestly, but it took for my man, my husband to say it like, look, pump your brakes.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But are you willing to work with me? And I had to be like, you know what I'm saying? But he had to check me.
Yeah.
So although he's this gentle giant, he also holds me accountable to say, do you really want this?
Yeah.
Because who gets to, and I'm not saying years of dealing with some craziness, but also saying, are you willing to put in the work?
Yeah.
Because we're not going to sit here every day. It's not going to be peaches and cream, but you got some work to do, young lady. And I'm like,
right.
but I did,
Yeah.
you know, and I had to own that. And I had to say, what am I bringing to the table? What am I doing for him and our kids? You know, like, how am I serving? So he challenges
he just
me.
knew how to talk to you. He knew how to edify you. And,
Lord, yeah.
And you know, the tone, the words, and everything. So
Yeah.
ooh, we thank you, sir.
Yeah.
We-
But that's real. It
Yes.
takes patience.
Yeah.
Because you got to be patient when somebody's dealing with some stuff.
Yeah.
That was there before you even got in the picture.
Oh my.
So that I thank my man, my husband, for his patience.
Yes.
And his willingness and humility.
Yes.
Because if it's two people dealing with ego and pride, oh yeah, we getting divorced.
Yeah.
But when it's someone that can say, you know what, I'm willing to work with you while you heal and while you need the support. So for that's why we're still here together.
Yes.
Because of humility, patience, and support, and true and real love, you know. So
That's beautiful.
I'll see you in a little bit, baby. I see you in a little bit.
I cannot. We thank him too because he helped to water this flower that I am here talking to today. So on that note, we finna get you to him. All right. So if they want to contact you, to book you, to follow you, to just kind of go with your lifestyle, what are some ways we can get in contact with you?
Well, right now, because I'm going to keep it simple, because we still in transition. So, of course, I'm on Facebook, Christine Law. Just, hit follow. And then Instagram, Steen. That's STINE_ology, OLOGY. And I mean, I'm an open book. I love to connect. So in those ways, get with me, connect with me, and we're going to make it happen.
All right. That's what's up. All right. Is there anything that you just kind of want to add before we end the show that you just want to give the people?
I would honestly say, in a world, that's trying to tell you who you're not, you just got to remember who you are, because it's so easy to get caught up in the noise. So you just got to remember, like, be bold in who you are and stand on that. And know whose you are. So knowing that you're a child of God, you can never fail with that.
Yes.
So, and I stand on that confidently. And that's what keeps me going.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of the Middle Child Podcast with your girl, Royal Bowes, and my guest, the oh so beautiful Miss Christine Law. Thank you so much for coming. Guys, as always, you are appreciated here. You are loved here. And most definitely, you are seen here. Until next time, have a good day.